Our average client doubles web leads in 6 months and nearly triples them in 12 months. And in this video, I'm going to show you the 2 levers that we use to accomplish that. Hey, if you don't know me, I'm Spencer Powell. I'm the CEO over at BuilderFunnel. Our marketing agency helps our clients generate more leads and more sales. And at this point, we've racked up over $150 million of remodeling projects and custom homes for our clients. This channel, BuilderFunnel TV, is where we share strategies, tactics, things that have worked for us in hopes that they work for you as well. All right, so how do we double web leads in 6 months and nearly triple them in a year? Well, there are 2 big levers that we have in digital marketing. And I want to talk about how you can really use these levers and really pull on them so that you can crank up your lead volume. And before we get too far down the road, a lot of people say, hey, I don't want to get flooded with leads. Don't worry, I'll address that at the end. But first, I kind of want to start with a story and talk about how we've used these 2 levers across hundreds of different remodelers and custom builders, many different markets all over the country, and they work well because we're working with math here, and I'll break it down. And so let's start with a real example. This was a client we started with back in 2017. For context, they were about 2.6 million, I think is right where they were. They were spending a lot on paid traffic. And so they were spending about $2,500 a month on Google Ads to drive a lot of traffic to their site, but they weren't happy with basically the results. They were getting about 7 leads a month. Their total website, just to give you the picture, they were getting about 2,600 website visits a month, and they were converting just over 1% of those into leads, or people that were filling out forms and inquiring about the business. So that was 27 leads a month. And again, for context, $2,500 a month on ads, they were getting about 7 leads a month from that ad spend, and 1,800 of the visitors of their 2,600 were coming from paid spend. So they came to us and they said, hey, we want to grow lead volume, but we also don't like how much we're spending on Google Ads and how little we're getting back. So their goals were twofold. It was grow lead flow, but also reduce basically the amount that they were spending and the traffic that they were getting from Google Ads. And so this is where we look at those 2 levers. And so the first lever is traffic to your website. The second lever is conversion rate. And so we're going to break down how those work. And so for them, if their goal was to increase leads, then if you're thinking about these 2 different levers that you have, if you know your conversion rate is 1%, you can say, hey, what can we do to drive more traffic to the site? And for every 100 visitors you drive to the site, if you convert 1%, you'll get 1 more lead. So if they said, hey, we really need 10 more leads a month, then we know, okay, we need to drive 1,000 more people to the site every single month, and then we'll convert at 1%, and that will kick us out 10 more leads. The other way is you can pull on that other lever, which is conversion rate. And so you could say, hey, if we can get that from 1% to 1.5%, and we're just not getting people that get to our site to take action and fill out a form or log a phone call, or subscribe to a newsletter or hit the direct email button, anything like that, basically a conversion. If we can take that from 1 to 1.5%, then we can increase our lead flow that way. And so for them, they would have gone from, in the first example, 2,600 visitors to 3,600 visitors, grow your website traffic by 1,000, and you increase your leads by 10 from 27 to 37. But if you can increase your conversion rate to 1.5%, then you don't have to grow traffic, and you can grow your lead volume, and you can take it from 27 to 40 leads a month just by working on lead conversion. So if we go back to this story, basically what we were trying to do is drive traffic down from one particular channel. So we wanted to also grow traffic in other areas because that channel was really expensive and it wasn't converting very well. And then we wanted to work on conversion rate from an overall website perspective. So generally, as traffic was coming to the site, we wanted to make sure more of those visitors were converting into leads. And so as we were working through this process, by the end of year 2, traffic declined. And that was intentional, right? We had a lot of traffic coming from paid Google ads. So traffic went from 2,600 visits a month down to 1,750 a month. But leads were at 64. And so that is 137% higher. And so the reason we were able to do that is because we worked on the lead conversion lever, basically. And we said, hey, how can we convert more of the traffic that is coming to the site? And so when you're looking at your site and you're saying, hey, I need to get more lead flow, you really have 2 levers, and we always recommend working both of those levers. This was a specific scenario where we were kind of working against one of the levers because we were intentionally driving traffic down from one of the channels. So we had to pull harder on the lead conversion lever. But in a normal scenario, you're just saying, hey, I'm getting 1,000 visitors a month to my site and I'm converting at 1%. I want to try to double my web traffic, take that to 2,000 visitors a month, and then can I increase that conversion rate a little bit to 1.25, 1.5, something like that, and then you get this big multiplier on lead flow, because you'll double this end, and then you'll 50% increase the conversion rate, and you end up with a monster increase in leads. And so back to the top of the video, people say, hey, I don't want to get flooded with leads. I've seen that most people get to lead quality through quantity. So if you're getting 20 leads a month right now and you drive that up to 50 leads a month, some of those leads are not going to be great, but you are pulling in people that are searching for things like kitchen remodeling Denver. And some of them have a really healthy budget, some of them have a $2,000 budget. And so you're just attracting more of everyone. And so as you ramp up your lead quantity, the number of those that are quality leads is also going to go up. And so you do have to sift your way through more leads that you would just disqualify right away, but your net quality leads will go up. And I'd much rather have 50 leads a month than 10 leads a month. And then if lead volume drops a little bit, you go from 10 to 7 or 5 leads a month versus 50 to 30 or something like that. You still have more to work with when you go basically get to quality through quantity. So those are the 2 levers that you have at your disposal, and I hope that you can take this and start applying those for your website. All right, we'll see you next time here on Builder Funnel TV.